Okay, so this video is about the CKLA, or Core Knowledge Language Arts, Workbook 5, unit for kindergarten. So Unit 5 for the workbook. This unit has the first little book that kids will have to read, and we'll go over that shortly. But right now we're doing the student workbook. You download it, show it in folder, and then open it up. I'm going to show the first, like if you've seen the video on Unit 4's workbook, I don't want to do the whole workbook 5 with you because there's a lot, most of it's the same, but there's a few little new pages. So I'm going to go over those new pages first. That way you don't have to watch the whole thing. If you've not seen Unit 4, I'll come back and do the whole workbook. Just touch on everything in the workbook. But if you've already watched Unit 4, just watch the first couple of new pages, and everything else is pretty much the same, just different words, different letters. First new thing, or actually it's not new, but something I like to talk about. B can be tricky. Now, for handwriting, research shows it helps to have students verbalize what their hand is doing. So, and on all of these handwriting pages in the CKLA, they have what they want you to say. So number 1 would be long line down. It's over here on the side of the page. And then circle to the right. So when you're writing the B, you would say long line down, circle to the right. Long line down, circle to the right. And I have them say that as they are writing it until they learn to write the letter well. Once they learn to write that letter well, then you would just have them say the sound. B. B. And be careful when you're making a B. It's not B, it's B. Keep it really small because that can affect some kiddos that struggle to read if they think it's B, which is actually two sounds. B. B. The reason I included this for the new people is because B's and D's, as we know, kids have difficulty reading and writing them sometimes. And so typically kids won't have trouble writing an H properly. So honey bee starts with an H. So if I can write an H like in honey, then I can keep going and I can write a B. If I can write an H, then I can write a B. Or you can say honey B. I've done it both ways. I kind of like if I can write an H, then I can write a B. Oppositely, most kids can write a C, the correct direction. So we can say C, up, 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 and back down, D. C, up, 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 and back down, D. So you can tell the beginning of the letter C is very different than the beginning of the letter B. But if kids aren't taught to write that properly, they may write it the incorrect way. Okay, so that was my little spiel about that. One that has to do with how to write a B and a D differently and make it really clear to kids that way to do that. So number 53 or 48, we'll skip all the way down to 48 for those of you that just want to see what the new stuff is in Unit 5. This one, you just read the phrase, big box, and then you would write it down on the thing. So they've done something similar, but now it's a phrase. I would fold it here where they can't see it, and then unfold it, read it, big box, fold it, and then they do it from memory. Let's do big first. B, I, G. Make sure you use that finger space. B, A, X. Unfold it. You can check to see if it's written correctly. Go to the next one. Read it, big 6, fold it, and have them write it. Another new item or new thing in Workbook 5 from Workbook 4. Oh, this is actually not new. Just K's can be tricky. I forgot to mention this earlier. You have down here where they could write the word yak. You would have them trace it. Y, a, k, and then rewrite it. Trace it here. Y, a, k. I would fold it and make them rewrite it. But K's can be tricky for teaching. They tend to struggle with that some too. And another new thing is 55. Similar to what we just saw. Big box and whatnot. Big on kid. Probably do it the same way. Let's see. 61. Again, just moving up from words to phrases. So they read the phrase, check mark whichever one is correct. Bug on bed or bug on rug. So not major changes, but just so you can see the difference. 79. So this one, what I would do is I would cut off that top part and not let them see it. And then I would dictate a word, and then they would have to put it in the proper column. Does it say or does it say eh? And make sure, if you're like me and from the South, and you really differentiate the two, because it's not it's let. Almost sound like you're British when you're saying your eh sounds, because it is so similar. It really helps them to hear that difference. 87. We did that one already. And 89 and 90, my last ones are new. Okay, so this is the story that they will get in the big book. I would just honestly print this out. In 2 pages, you have the whole story. And then they can read the story. Ox ran and ran. That's the picture with it. Jen ran at him. But Ox ran and ran. Kim had him, but Ox ran on, blah, blah. So that's the big book that I'll show in a different video. And if you just go to the workbook and print these 2 pages, you've got the whole book on 2 pages, which is nice. All right, so that's all the new stuff. If you've already seen video for Unit 4, you're updated. So if you've not seen Unit 4 video, I'll go over very quickly the rest of the items. So 7 and 8, this one right here, you would have them say the word bag, and then they're going to circle bag. Fold it so they can't see it. I want them to think about the sounds, and then have them write it. Bag. You can do honey bee, or H. If I can make an H, I can make a B. Number 9 is just matching. Have them read the word and draw a line. Number 12, they read the word. You can fold it so they can't see it, and then they're going to write it under here. 13. This is meant to be sent home to parents. I'm assuming parents are some of the ones that are watching this. If you don't have a printer, just write these on index cards. Cut index cards in half, and you can write your letters on there. And it just says you can arrange them to make different letters. You can also give them a word, bed, and have them put them in the right order. D. So several different options to do with this. You can give them the letters and have them write down the real words and the not real words. So I will sometimes do this with my students. I'll have like a happy face over here for the real words, sad face for the not real words. Okay, do you think we'll have more real words or more not real words? They predict. Let's say they think there's more real words. You can put a star or however you want to differentiate. Then have them start making words. So they read bell, o. Even though it's not spelled correctly, I would still put it under here because they're just thinking sounds, right? If they read bep, it would go underneath the not real words. And so just have them make, I don't know, several words out of their letters, and then they can get practice reading them, practice writing them. And for some reason, making it a contest makes it a lot more interesting. So they're like, oh, yay, the real words are winning, or not. Page 15. We don't really need to go over that. 16, you have a word bank. I would fold this where they can't see the words. They open it, read a word, rip, fold it back where they can't see it, come down here and make them sound it out. Unfold it, cross it out, go to the next one. And we have 17. What is this a picture of? Leg. They go through and they circle the word leg. 21. This is a wheel that I have one that I made from a previous unit that I can show you. You have a little metal brad. You put it through the little hole there. Why this cord is continually in the way today. But you have them put a brad through there, and then they can spin it and they can read the words. Did, dig, etc. So good practice, kind of more fun for them. It's 21, 27, and 29. So 27, these are words you would have, or pictures you would have them cut. Then you would have them sort the pictures underneath the B or the P. So the word bed starts with the B sound, therefore it would go under the B. The word pen starts with a P sound, so it would go underneath the P. 29, 45. Again, I'm just trying to show you the novel stuff that is in here, so you'll just have an idea what's in there. 45, cut those words out, read them. You can also read one and have them spell it, so you can hold the word, picture or words and say big, and they write the word big. You can have them read them to you. Try to make a sentence out of one of them. Hey, put the word wet in a sentence. Ooh, how about the words wet and cup in the same sentence? So have them practicing saying sentences with the words. 45, 48. We already talked about 48. 53 we talked about. 55 we talked about. 61, 63. Okay, so 63, this is just an opportunity for them to practice handwriting. The dots indicate where to start writing the letter. You can do it with their finger first, then with a pencil, and then with a crayon, and then with a highlighter. You can do what's called rainbow writing, where they get lots of practice using different colors. I like to do that. 65. This is for a recording sheet for you to note. If I said the word, if they have the word leg, were they able to read it correctly? Yep, they were, or nope, they spelled it L-I-G. You can write what they wrote there. 65, so now we're at 67. This one I would not have them write on. I would tell them a word, let. They have to go through. They might put a paper clip or a little toy or a little bear counter or something on the word let. Go to number 2. Now show me which one is kin. And they figure it out, put the bear or something on top of it, and that way you can do it again later. So you don't have to, if they circle it, you're kind of done with the page, whereas if you put an object on there, you can do it multiple times. 75. You give them a word, fit, they figure out which one it is, they can circle it, fold it, and then don't look at it, but they sound it out. It. Number 77. They just match phrases, kid at bat, so they would draw a line from that phrase to the picture. 79 we talked about already. 87, 89, and 90 we talked about already. There's 87, 89, 90, and 91 and 93. So 91 and 93, you can do this again with index cards or whatnot. You would just have them, okay, show me the letter P. They point to P. Which one says P? They can point to the letter P. What does this word start with? Bat. They point to the letter B. So there's lots of things you can do with these. And then 2 more. Page 113. Oh, this is matching. So you would cut these words out, and they are the same words that are on this page. So after you cut them out, they would read the word gum. Then you would have this page printed out, and they would come find the word gum and put it on top of there. They have the word rub that they cut out, and they come over here and find the word rub and put it on there. And then last page, 121. Oh, on this one, I would have them trace. And they can do rainbow writing, go through the first time with the pencil, next time later, but the little app. Come over here, say it again, little app. Fold the page where they can't see the word, and then have them write it without looking at it. So anyway, great free resource. Lots of good stuff. Again, if you don't have a printer or a way to get that printed, just check and see if just a lot of these activities you can do by handwriting. You can write it in pen. That way they can do it over it and not mess things up. I hope that helps somebody.